some NASCAR news happening over at Le Mans. Toyota Gazoo Racing hypercar driver Kamui Kobayashi will make his Cup Series debut at the IMS road course. Kobayashi will drive the same number 67 Toyota for 2311 racing that Travis Pastrana drove in the Daytona 500. He'll be the second Japanese driver ever to compete in the Cup Series and the first to do so in a Toyota. The first Japanese-born driver to compete in Cup was Hideo Fukuyama 2 decades ago. We've seen 3 other Japanese-born drivers also compete in Xfinity and trucks: Akinori Ogata, Kenko Miura, and Shigeaki Hattori. Now, Kobayashi joins a growing list of drivers from other disciplines of motorsport who have competed in NASCAR since the debut of an next-gen car last year, such as Kimi Räikkönen, Jenson Button, Jordan Taylor, and Shane Van Gisbergen coming up in Chicago. A photo on your screen courtesy of Chris Graythen from Getty Images. Matt, are you thrilled to see Kamui Kobayashi drive a Cup car? And I've got to say, the first thought that came to my mind was we might have to start calling this the Project 67 entry for 2311. Does this feel like what Trackhouse has done with Project 91 as well?
That's the Toyota version of it, isn't it? Potentially, this may be the kickoff for it. If you'd said to me 16, 18 months ago, in the space of the next 18 months, you're going to get Kimi Räikkönen, Kamui Kobayashi, Jenson Button, and Shane Van Gisbergen in NASCAR, I would have laughed you out of the room. But Kamui is one of the big honchos in the boardroom now at Toyota, as well as driving. So he kind of probably went, "Can I do this, please?" And they've decided to give him I was going to say the keys, but not really, the push button start now, to this Camry IMS. Jenson Button is going to be in that race as well. So that's another series that these two have raced against each other in: WEC, Formula One, Super GT, and others. Those two seem to be a bit inseparable. But yeah, really excited to see what Kamui can do. He's the pole lap record holder at Le Mans from a couple of years ago in the Toyota. He was Mr. Excitement at times during his Formula One career and in GP2 before that. So yeah, get him in there, get him amongst it. You know, those races at Indianapolis have been silly and potty beyond belief over the last couple of years. So if you can add a Kamui doing dive bombs at that final complex of corners on the last lap, going for a checkered flag, all hell could break loose. It's going to be interesting. Can't wait.
Matt, I guess I'll go ahead and pose that question to you first. Who would you like to see come over?
Wow, that's a broad question. I don't know. Lewis Hamilton's driven one before, of course. It'd be cool to see him just come and have a dabble, just to see what he thought of it. And he had that run in Tony Stewart's old Mobil 1 car at Watkins Glen, of course, all those years ago, then did the car swap. So that'd be cool. Just a very good question, Adam. I don't have a name I can pull really off the top of my head that we haven't already seen. But talking of Van Gisbergen, there is rumblings of Brody Kostecki, Cam Waters, and Will Brown all potentially coming across from supercars over the next little while to have a go in some form of NASCAR competition. So let's follow that story closely and see if it comes to anything. Brody Kostecki probably top of that list, but give Cali Rovanpera a go out at WRC. He'll be broadside everywhere, but it'll be good fun to watch.
Yeah, Lewis is at the top of my list for sure. And I'd like to see Max Verstappen give it a go as well. You know, I think that obviously they've got a great rivalry in Formula One. I don't know that you could get them in the same race. Like you got Jenson Button and Kimi Räikkönen at Coda earlier this year. But, you know, whoever it is, you know, Fernando Alonso certainly comes to mind as well. I know he's teased the idea of trying everything. He tested that car in the seat swap with Jimmy Johnson not so long ago. So we'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, you know, yeah, lots of options, not just from F1, but rally as well, all sorts of disciplines.